Some movies are terrifying because of what's on screen, but Twilight Zone was terrifying because of what happened behind the camera. A day meant for filmmaking turned into one of Hollywood's darkest tragedies. 3 lives were lost in an accident so shocking, so preventable, that it changed the film industry forever. This is the story of ambition, oversight, and heartbreak that Hollywood still hasn't forgotten. The year was 1982. Director John Landis, already famous for his comedies and music videos, was bringing to life a new adaptation of Rod Serling's iconic series. With Steven Spielberg as producer, excitement was high. The cast, the crew, and the studios all believed they were making a thrilling anthology horror film. No one imagined it would turn deadly in the desert heat of California. The scene in question seemed simple enough. Vic Morrow, a seasoned actor, was to rescue 2 children from a war-torn village. The tension, the danger, the explosions, all designed to create cinematic suspense. But on that day, the elements, the machines, and human error collided in a way that would haunt Hollywood forever. The helicopter hovered dangerously low, carrying the burden of the scene's suspense. Explosions roared around it, timed to perfection, or so the filmmakers thought. But the helicopter, caught in the shock waves of the pyrotechnics, lost control. It crashed into Vic Morrow and the 2 child actors, Micah Dinley and Renee Shin-Yi Chen, in an instant. The horror was immediate. The set, meant for thrills, had become a graveyard. 3 bright lives extinguished before the cameras even rolled a proper take. Shockwaves rippled through Hollywood. Fans were devastated, the crew was traumatized, and the questions came fast. How could this happen? Why were the children on set at such a dangerous moment? Was anyone held accountable? The legal aftermath was as dramatic as the accident itself. John Landis, along with several crew members, faced criminal charges, a rare moment in Hollywood history. Manslaughter trials revealed negligence, poor planning, and a lack of safety measures that should have been standard on any film set. The verdicts sent a chilling message to the industry. No one is above responsibility, not even the biggest names in Hollywood. But the human cost went far beyond legal documents. Families were shattered. Friends mourned, and the shadow of that day lingered over every project, every career, and every life involved. Vic Morrow had been a veteran of stage and screen, a mentor to young actors, and a beloved father. Micah Dinley and Renee Shin-Yi Chen were children full of promise, lives that had barely begun. Their absence left a silence that no award or accolade could ever fill. Even the survivors carried the weight of guilt and trauma. Crew members would later speak of nightmares, the echo of the crash haunting their sleep. Actors on set would remember the screams, the smoke, and the chaos that had turned fiction into real-life horror. It was a tragedy so profound that it still serves as a cautionary tale today. The Twilight Zone may have been fiction on screen, but the tragedy was painfully real. It reminded Hollywood that ambition, when unchecked, can become deadly. That the pursuit of cinematic perfection should never come at the cost of human life. And that sometimes, the scariest stories are not the ones written for the camera. They happen when the cameras stop rolling. Decades later, the accident remains etched in memory. It reshaped film safety regulations. It made studios more cautious. It made directors, producers, and stunt coordinators painfully aware of their responsibility to the people they work with every day. But even with all the rules, all the lessons, the story of Twilight Zone the movie carries a haunting echo. 3 lives taken in the blink of an eye, leaving grief, guilt, and questions that may never be answered. It's a reminder that movies can scare you in ways no script, no director, and no actor could ever plan. The tragedy wasn't written by a screenwriter. It was written by reality. So next time you watch a film, remember, sometimes the real horror isn't what's on the screen. It's what happened off of it. And some stories leave a shadow that never fades.